This video is for students who have never used Delta Math. If you think that you have a Delta Math account or remember for sure that you have a Delta Math account, go back to Google Classroom and watch the other video for students who already have a Delta Math account. If you've never created one, then you're going to stay here on this video. You're going to need to make sure that up in your search bar, you type deltamath.com, right where you can see my cursor going back and forth. I want to remind you that in this video, you can stop, do whatever step I've just explained, and restart the video so that it doesn't become too fast for you. Once you get to deltamath.com, you're going to go along this dark blue bar over to the right where it says Create Account, and you're going to choose Student Account. It's going to ask you for a teacher code. If you are in Mr. Phillips classes, you're going to type in 604254. 604254. You'll notice it pops down, teacher's name, Mr. Phillips, and you can choose which class period you have Mr. Phillips, if you have Mr. Phillips. Mr. Edelin also teaches Algebra 1. So if you're in Mr. Edelin's class, you'll type in 863165. 863165, and it'll pop down that your teacher is Mr. Edelin. This year he has one class, fourth period Algebra 1, that he teaches without Mrs. Abshire. So if you're in his fourth period class, you'll choose this one, 863165. And if you are in Mrs. Abshire's class, you will type in 403307. There are some students who are in a class with two teachers, Miss Abshire and Mr. Edelin, and you will use this code if you're in with Miss Abshire and Mr. Edelin. Once you do that, you're going to select a class period for whichever teacher you're in. I'm just going to select first period. You're going to type in your name that I will actually call you. So I just typed in my actual name as an example. Then the next row down is email and email verify. So you need to use your student Bullitt County email address. Since I am making an example, I don't have a student Bullitt County email address, but your email should end with stu.bullitt.kyschools.us when you type yours in here. Make sure you have your password spelled correctly and the same in both boxes. The next step is password. This can be the password that you use on a regular basis, but I think that yours that you use to log into your Chromebook may not be long enough. In some cases, your password does need to be 8 characters long, and it needs to be something you can remember. So make sure you choose wisely and make sure you type it in the same in both places. Once you have your password typed in both places, then you're going to click Create Account. You should get a notice that your account is created successfully unless it says there's an email already associated with this account. Then you need to go back and watch the video for students who already have Delta Math. Or it might tell you that something's wrong with your password and you need to match your passwords or make your passwords enough characters. Once you get this message that your account is created successfully, you're going to click OK. And then you're going to sign in with the information that you just made. And click Login. Once you log in, you'll see something like I have on my screen. It says upcoming assignments, and I just named this practice set because it was just for practice for you guys to look at. It says due August 25th. The title of it is One-Step Equations. You notice when I go over that with my mouse, it kind of gets underlined. And then off to the side, it says 0 out of 5. That means you're required to do 5 questions, and your goal, of course, is to get 5 out of 5. So I'm going to click into this assignment. And on this assignment, it kind of looks like a worksheet page. You can still see up here at the top, my record is 0 out of 5. I haven't done any questions yet. And it has a simple problem, -1 equals b minus 3. So I would go over to my scratch paper and I would work this out, and I would come up with an answer of 2. Submit my answer. It will ask me to verify that I want to submit it. I'm going to say yes. I have this check mark that tells me I got it right. And I come over here and it says record 1 out of 5. I want to try to get that to be a 5 out of 5 for 100%. After you've answered that question, you're going to click next problem. So here's my next problem. And I'm going to go to my scratch paper and work this out. Decide that the answer is 13. Submit. Once again, it's going to make sure I want to submit. And I get my check mark. I did pause my video for a minute and answer a couple more questions. You can see my record now is 4 out of 5. I have 4 out of 5 questions answered correctly. So I'm going to check my next problem, and I'm going to look at this, and I'm going to say, oh, 4 plus 2 is 6. So I'm going to put a 4 right here. I'm going to submit my answer. Yes, I do want that. 4 plus 2 is 6. And it says I'm not right. I have 1 attempt remaining. So, oh, wait, I see -6. So that was probably supposed to be -4. It's still wrong. What you'll notice is that they are telling me what I should have done to work it out, that the correct answer should have been -4, and I still only have 4 out of 5 correct. What's nice for those of you who like to get 100s, I don't have to stay out of 4 out of 5, which is an 80%. I can actually click to get another problem. Here's my next problem. And I got this one correct. So even though I know that I did 6 problems, I'm still able to reach that 5 out of 5 complete 100%. Then if you'd like, you can click back. It shows on my assignments that I got a 5 out of 5, 100%. That would be the end of that lesson for the day. In the future, you would have more than this just one box practice set. You would have several boxes going down your page, and you would have to roll down to find your next assignment. If you have any questions on getting into Delta Math, you can contact your teacher, Mr. Phillips or Mr. Edelin or Mrs. Abshire, for help to getting into this.